Go grab something to drink, a snack, or maybe even a cup of coffee because today's video is going to be a lengthy one. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my entire luxury handbag collection and my contemporary bags, but not only that, we're doing it with a slight little bit of a twist because I actually documented how many times I used each one of my bags in the year of 2023. So I'm going to share them with you guys in order from least used all the way up to my most used bag of 2023. And I have to say, I was really shocked by my most used bag, so much so that I'm actually considering buying this one in a completely different colorway. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melissa and this is my first designer bag video for the year of 2024. If you guys like this type of content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that we can be a little part of this luxury community together. The first bag that I want to mention is this beauty right here. This bag is extremely reflective. This is more of a mid-tier luxury brand. It costs around the $500 price point. This bag was sent to me by the company and it is a newer bag, so I actually haven't gotten the chance to use it besides one time for a couple of hours, and other than that I haven't used it. I do think that this would be the perfect bag to use for New Year's Eve or any type of holiday party. Sticking with the shiny metals, this is another bag that I only used one time in the year of 2023. This was my birthday bag for last year in 2022. It's definitely a mistake and a regret of mine. This bag is simply too heavy. It's too warm tone and it really doesn't go with my wardrobe very well, but it is a stunner. I love the look of it. The chain is absolutely gorgeous. It's just not a practical bag. So I only use this bag one time in the whole year of 2023. I am ashamed to admit that this is another bag that I only used one time in the year of 2023. This is my Gucci Super Mini Dionysus. I think it is absolutely stunning, but because of the size of this bag, it's definitely more of an evening bag for me. And if I'm being 100% transparent with you guys, I only use this bag because I didn't want it to be a bag that I didn't use at all in 2023. So I forced myself to use it in order to be able to say that I used it one time in the year of 2023. You didn't think that was all, did you? This bag is another one that I am ashamed to admit has only been used one time. In my defense with this one, my husband did get this for me for my birthday, which was the end of September. So I haven't had this bag for very long. Again, it's more of an evening out bag for me, or even maybe a shopping bag. This bag does hold your phone, so it is a lot more practical for me. I love this bag. I love the colorway of it. I love how soft it is and the look of it, so it's definitely not going anywhere, and I do foresee myself using this bag quite a bit in the future. We finally got out of my one-time uses and now we have jumped up to a grand total of 2 times. You guys, I love this bag. You're going to hear me say that a lot. A lot of these bags are in my collection because I love them. Obviously, we don't spend luxury money on bags if we don't love them. But this was a big mistake of mine. Again, I'm not the type of person that goes out a lot, and this is a clutch style bag. I think it's very fashion forward. I think it's really attractive, but it's not practical for my everyday life. So this bag has been converted into a date night bag. And with that being said, I've only used it 2 times in the year of 2023. The next bag that I wanted to mention was a bag that I actually sold on. This was my Balenciaga Downtown shoulder bag. When I first bought this bag, I absolutely loved it. I was so excited to get it in, but the quality wasn't that good. And of course, with the campaign and me being a mother, I was no longer comfortable with carrying that bag. I sold that bag for a whopping $400, and although I do regret the price lost or the money lost, I don't necessarily regret selling that bag. That bag was used a grand total of 2 times in the year of 2023, and the only reason why it was used 2 times is because I pulled it out to see if I would be comfortable with using it out in public. And if I was going to go ahead and hang on to it. And if I wasn't, I was going to sell it. And I wasn't. I just simply was not comfortable with carrying something that I felt like represented something that's not who I am. The next bag is another bag that I sold, and that was my mini Antigona. Now, I think that this bag is absolutely stunning, but it was too finicky for me. So every single time I would use it for an outing, maybe a couple of hours, and then I would go right back into another bag. And for me personally, it's just not worth it sitting on the shelf or to be only used for a couple hours. So I decided to go ahead and move on from this bag. I believe I sold it for about $9.50, and I think I paid $1,700 for it, something like that. So I did lose a good chunk of money on it. And looking back on it, would I have kept it? I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. I don't think that I would. I only used it 3 times total in the year of 2023. And the only reason why I used it 3 times was to test it out and see if I used it 3 days back to back together, if it was something that I could warm up to. And at the end of it, I decided, you know what, this bag's too finicky and it's just not something that works out for me in my lifestyle. I am so sad to see that this is so low on my list. This is one of my oldest bags in my handbag collection, so I'm not necessarily surprised, but I still really, really love this bag. I love the look of this bag and how soft and squishy it is. It's very comfortable to use. You can carry a top handle, short shoulder, crossbody. I also bought the guitar strap to go with it. I bought both of these brand new from Valentino, and I got them for 40% off. So I got a really good deal on this bag, but unfortunately, black just isn't my go-to color, and because of that, I've only used this bag 5 times. But I do highly recommend this bag if it is a bag that you guys are interested in. I've had a couple of people ask me recently, so I feel like I should share with you guys. It's a great bag. Maybe I'll do an updated review on this bag. I think I will. I think I'll do an updated review on this bag. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. I think it's been about 2 years since I have mentioned anything about or filmed a full video on this bag. The next bag on my list is my Pollen Umi. I did buy this bag in September. Any of these bags that I have bought in 2023, I'm going to share with you guys what month I purchased them in so that you guys are able to see how long I've had this bag, because it does give a better representation of how much I'm actually using it. So I bought this bag in September for my birthday. It was a spontaneous bag. I had already bought myself a different bag for my birthday, so I ended up spoiling myself big time, and I have used this bag a grand total of 5 times. I plan to do a review on the Pollen Umi shortly, so stay tuned for that. I don't remember if I've said already, but I used this bag 5 times since the month of September, and it is currently the end of December. Before I jump into the next bag on my list, I do want to quickly mention that I didn't start tallying up these bags until the month of April. So this is more so a April till December timeline of how many times I have used these bags. I did start a series where I shared with you guys what was my most used bags since the beginning of the year, but I didn't tell you exactly how many times I used those bags, so I wasn't able to reference those videos as far as to how many times I used those bags. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys that now is because this bag was actually featured in my February most used bags, but I don't know exactly how many times I used it in February, so I'm just going to share with you guys the exact number of the tallies that I do know that I've used it, which is a grand total of 8 times. I like this bag, but it's definitely not my favorite. The camera style bag isn't a bag that really works out for me. I think it's extremely practical, extremely comfortable, but for me personally, I just don't gravitate towards a bag that is only crossbody, and that's mainly what this bag is. You can't wear it short shoulder, which is my preference, or my preference is actually long shoulder so that I can close my arm without hitting the bag. Wearing bags crossbody just isn't very flattering on my body type, so I don't tend to reach for this bag, even though it's very, very functional and practical. The next bag on my list is my white YSL Lulu. This bag I bought pre-loved for a very good price, and I'm so glad that I did, because I have realized that this bag doesn't really work out for me. You can wear it as a short shoulder or crossbody, but as I've stated, I really prefer a long shoulder bag for my day-to-day life and a top handle for my nights out. So this bag doesn't really fit into my lifestyle, although I do feel like it is very, very practical and very functional. So if if you are a crossbody lover or a short shoulder lover, I do recommend this bag. I have used this bag a grand total of 10 times, and I am sad to admit, even though I've used it 10 times, I probably forced myself into this bag every single one of those times. I'm surprised to see that my VAVIN PM bag was featured so low on this list, but I will say that this was one of my most used bags in the month of March, so I don't have that number to tally up for you guys. I just feel like this bag has taken a back burner to one of my other bags that I got this year as far as my work bag. So I usually wear this in the winter time as a short shoulder bag, or I wear it as a work bag. It's actually the bag that I am currently using, so it's got all of my stuff in there right now, and I've used it a grand total of 10 times. I've had a few of you guys ask me how I feel about this bag recently, so if you would like an updated review, then let me know down in the comments below. This bag has been discontinued in the canvas, but you can find them pre-loved for around $1,600 to $1,800 in really good condition, and they also sell it in the imprint leather. We are starting to climb up into my most used bags for the year of 2023. This is my most prized possession, you guys. I worked so hard for this bag. I never thought that I would spend this kind of money on a bag, and if I'm being honest, this is probably the only bag that I feel like is worth this kind of money, other than a Chanel 19. Now, I have a pretty good feeling that the Chanel 19 will be added to my collection in 2024, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. This bag was used a grand total of 11 times. I purchased this bag in March, so I haven't had it the whole year of 2023. And I have to say that this is mostly a date night bag or evening out bag for me, and it has kind of replaced my pouch bag, which is why I think that my pouch bag was only used 2 times this year, because this one has definitely taken precedence, especially because it does have the handle. Now, something I will say that the pouch bag has over the Lady Dior is that it holds everything and the kitchen sink. So if you need to carry a little bit more on a date night or an evening out, I would definitely go for the pouch bag. But for a typical evening out, I don't necessarily need to carry as much, so I tend to go for this one instead. Next up is my Arco bag, or my picnic basket bag. This is a bag that I purchased when I hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so it's definitely a celebratory bag, and I really love the shape and style of this bag, but I don't love the color that I chose, although I think it would look really good with the outfit I'm wearing today. The reason why I actually wore this bag so much, I wore a grand total of 11 times, was because it's actually a very, very practical bag. It's lightweight and it's extremely comfortable. The drop length is perfect for underneath of your arm, and because it tapers in up here, it's just extremely comfortable. So anytime I pull this bag out to use it, I have a really hard time getting out of it. Next up is my Louis Vuitton Mini Dauphine. This bag was also featured in February, is my most used bags in February, so I don't have a tally for that number, but the total times that I do have tallied up for this bag is 11 times. Now, I use this bag a lot more at the beginning of the year than I have lately, and that's just because it is kind of a fussy bag to fit your items inside. It is a mini bag, so it doesn't fit everything in here perfectly. Although it's a mini bag, it definitely holds more than the mini amount. I feel like it holds all of your essentials, but it's not going to hold any more than that. I did recently get this chain. It was sent to me. It was gifted. It feels like very, very good, high quality, so I will link it down below for you guys. This is not sponsored. I just want to share with you guys an alternative option to a beautiful chain that's not the high dollar of a Louis Vuitton chain. I do want to quickly say that although I don't use this bag quite as often, it's more so a weekend bag for me. And as you guys are going to see, a lot of my most used bags are actually my work bags. So that's why it's not higher up on the list. I really, really love this bag. I love the look of this bag. I love the reverse monogram more than I thought I would. And I really, really love the color palette of this bag. Y'all already know how I feel about this one. This is my Coach Tabby 26. I did not buy this bag until June, and as you can see, it's pretty high up there on my most used bags for 2023. I just love it, you guys. I love the east-west style. I'm finding that that really works good for me. I love the fact that it has a top handle and it also has an adjustable crossbody strap that you can wear as a short shoulder, or I'm sorry, not short shoulder, a long shoulder or crossbody. It has a little bit too many compartments for me, in my personal opinion, but other than that, I really like this bag, and for the price point, you just simply can't beat it. I love this bag so much so that I'm actually considering breaking one of my rules and purchasing this bag in another color. I used my Coach Tabby a grand total of 13 times since the month of June. If you have made it this far in the video, leave me a little bag emoji down in the comments below. And if you are new here or you are a new subscriber, let me know that down in the comments as well. I really love to see new faces here on my channel. And of course, I love to chat with my OG subscribers. You all know how I feel about my YSL college bag, or maybe not all of you, but at least the OG subscribers do. And that is that I love this bag, but I shared with you guys recently that I thought that I hadn't been pulling this bag out quite as much as I have in previous years. Well, I was obviously wrong because this bag is pretty high up on my list. This bag is the perfect small bag in my personal opinion. It has a back pocket, a top handle. It fits all of your everyday essentials, but not quite much more than that. I do want to do an updated video on this one as well. Most of my videos are very old. They're from the first year of my channel. So I want to update those videos and have a fresh perspective for you guys. Now, this bag would have actually gotten used a lot more if I would have went for a beige instead of this beautiful color. I hate to say that because I absolutely love this color. It's one of my favorite bags as far as visually and looking at it, but it doesn't go with every single one of my outfits, and that's why I didn't use it quite as much as I would have if I would have gone for a more neutral color. I used this beautiful, stunning bag a grand total of 14 times in the year of 2023. The Alma BB was on my wish list for 2023, but I didn't necessarily like it in the damier ebene, and I didn't like it in the epi leather or that puffy leather that they have. So when they came out with this colorway, you guys, I had to have it. I fell in love at first sight. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and obviously I went for a good choice because it is higher up on my list of most used bags. I used this bag a grand total of 14 times, and I just barely purchased this bag at the end, maybe the middle of August. We have made it to my top 5 most used bags in the year of 2023. A couple of these I am not surprised by at all, but a couple of these I definitely am surprised by. I didn't realize I used them so much. I actually thought that they would be more towards the middle or even lower on my list. So it just goes to show that sometimes you feel like you use a bag a lot more than you do, or sometimes you feel like you use it a lot less than you do. This is one of the bags that I was referring to when I said that I thought that I had used it a lot less than I actually did. One of you guys asked me recently if I still own this bag, so clearly I'm not talking about it enough. This is one of my favorite bags, you guys. I love damier azur canvas. I live in a warmer climate, so the damier azur really works out well with my summer/spring wardrobe, which, let's be honest, here in Arizona, it's almost always hot. So this is a perfect bag almost year round for me and for my wardrobe. It fits all of the everyday essentials. It's very comfortable. It's comfortable to carry top handle. It's lightweight. It's also comfortable crossbody. So I tend to reach for this bag when I'm going to be out all day long because I know that this bag will hold up and it won't get in the way. I use this bag a grand total of 15 times in the year of 2023. This bag really surprised me. It's one of those bags that the longer I have it, the more I love it. Usually that's the opposite. The longer I have something, the more I get bored of it. Takes a while, but I usually do start to get a little bit bored of it and I start to pull out my new bags. Well, you guys, the longer I've had this bag, the more I've been loving it. In fact, when I first purchased it in May of this year, I thought that it was going to be a fail. Well, then I ended up playing around with this bag and finding out that it's actually the perfect size for me, especially for my lifestyle. So in these little pockets, I usually won't carry a pouch inside of here, and I will utilize these little pockets as my pouch. And then all of my everyday essentials fit inside of here perfectly well. It does have a jacquard strap, which isn't necessarily my favorite, but for this bag, I definitely think it suits this bag very, very well. As I mentioned, I've only had this bag since May, and I've used it a grand total of 17 times in 2023. I have considered doing a review slash first impressions on this bag, but since it's a discontinued bag, I wasn't sure if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But if you are interested in that, please let me know and I'd be happy to do so, because I have a lot of good things to share with you guys about this little beauty. We have made it to my top 3 bags. You guys, I purchased this bag in June, so I've only had it half of the year, and it made it to my top 3 bags. If that doesn't tell you a lot, I don't know what will. I do have a review on this bag, and I will link it down below for you guys in case you are interested. This is my small Jody in the color travertine, which is absolutely perfect for me. I love this color. It's very comfortable. It's very practical. It is a shoulder bag, and when it's full of stuff, it does droop down. So it is more of a long shoulder bag. And as I mentioned, I like a long shoulder bag because then it doesn't get in the way of your elbow. You can fit everything and the kitchen sink inside of here. It's stunning. It doesn't have any logos or major hardware, so you don't have to match your hardware to your outfit. It's just a good, no fuss hobo style bag. And I have used this bag 19 times since the month of June. And that is saying a lot for somebody who has as many bags as I have. I just can't seem to put this bag down. It's one of those bags that as soon as I get into it, I don't want to get out of it. I think at one point I actually used this bag for like 2 weeks straight, and then I had to pause for a whole month and not allow myself to get back in it because some of these other bags back here were feeling a bit ignored. Next up is my SPEEDY B25. I use this bag mainly for work. I don't use it very much on the weekends because for me personally, I really like a smaller bag, something a little bit more stylish for the weekend. Not to say that this isn't stylish, but it's not necessarily going to go well with my weekend style, but it's very practical. It's very functional. I like that the strap has a 3-part strap, so you can wear this as a long shoulder, you can wear it as a crossbody, or you can wear it as a top handle, and then of course a short shoulder if you take that middle strap out. This fits everything in the kitchen sink. I will admit I have spilled coffee on this thing probably every single day since I've had it, and I just wipe it off with a microfiber cloth. I just get it damp on one corner, wipe it down, and then dry it off with a microfiber cloth. This bag has been a huge hit for me in the year of 2023, which I did purchase it in January. I don't know if I said that or not. It was also featured in not only February but also March as one of my most used bags, so I wasn't able to tally those numbers up because I didn't start tallying until April. I have a good feeling that if I would have tallied those numbers up, then this would have been my most used bag for the entire year. I used this bag a grand total of 23 times that I have tallied it, but you guys will not believe, or at least I couldn't believe, what is my top most used bag for the year of 2023? At the beginning of this video, I shared with you guys that I'm actually considering switching up my wish list that I have already filmed and already put out there for you guys, and adding this bag to one of my 3 bags that I get to purchase in the year of 2024. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am doing a low buy in the year of 2024. I have a whole series on it. I'm not going to rampage about it because this video is long enough as it is, so I will link that series down below for you guys. But I shared with you guys that I was going to break my own rule, possibly, and buy this bag in another color. Now, my rule for myself is I don't usually buy the same bag twice, because whatever color I originally purchased it in is probably the one that's going to get used most, because that was obviously my favorite. I do the same thing for clothes. If I buy a dress in 2 colors, whatever dress I bought first, that's the color I will use over and over and over again, and then the other one doesn't get used. But with this bag, now that I know how many times I have used it, I think I'm going to make an exception. And the bag that I have used the most in the year of 2023 is my Bottega Veneta padded cassette bag in the color Parakeet Green. I love this bag, you guys. Obviously, I've used it quite a bit, but I was actually telling my husband earlier this year that I haven't been pulling out this bag as much lately. Boy, was I wrong. I didn't realize just how many times I was pulling this bag out. This bag has only one flaw for me personally, and that is the fact that it doesn't hold very much, but it does hold all of your everyday essentials. And that's just because it is a padded bag. So the interior of the bag is not very much room in there because of the padding. This bag is very lightweight. It's very comfortable. I usually use it as a long shoulder, but you can wear it as a crossbody as well. It's lightweight. It doesn't have any logos on it. And I've actually been looking on the pre-loved market at other colors. They have a beautiful lilac color that I'm really interested in, or this like berry pink color that I really like. I also like the pastel yellow. So I am considering adding another one of these bags to my collection in 2024. Now that I see just how much I've used it, you can find this bag on the resale market for less than $2,000, way less than $2,000. I think one of the ones, the pastel yellow ones that I'm looking at right now, is only $1,200, you guys. So this bag retails for about $4,500, so that is a huge price cut on this bag. So I am blown away. I am shocked. I cannot believe that this is my most used bag, but I am happy to see that it is my most used bag because I couldn't figure out why I was so intrigued in buying this bag in another color, and now I know why. It's just a good bag for me and for my lifestyle. Let me know down in the comments below, what was your most used bag and your least used bag in the year of 2023? Don't forget to hit that little subscribe button if you enjoyed today's content, and give me a thumbs up. Comment down below because I'm eager to find out what bags are you loving. Maybe I'll add them to my wish list next.